like that, so it was all shaved up at the side and then like a proper high top, and I absolutely hated that hairstyle as well. Just hated my hair. And I would wear ski pants on my head, and I started wearing human hair wigs, sewing ones, so half of my hair would be like sewn like. Hi and welcome back to my channel, and if it's your first time here, welcome. My name's Simone. Today I just thought I'd do a video on my natural curly hair journey. I just thought I'd talk about like what my hair was like when I was little and how I felt about it and styles I've had and the damage and like where I'm at right now with my hair. So straight away I would say that for the first time in years, I actually really liked my hair. For many years I didn't like it, and I put a lot of products and chemicals and things on it, and it really ruined it. But at this moment in time I'm happy with it. I do need to take care of it a lot more than what I do, and pretty much educate myself on how to look after my hair. And I would love like some extra length, but who knows what will happen in the future. So I'll start off with when I was little. I'm hoping to insert some photographs, but I do have a couple here, but most of my photos are at my mum's house. But this is me and my mum, and I'm probably about 10 months here. On this picture, like my little boy, if you've seen him on any of my other videos, he looks like me on here, I would say. So yeah, I think I'm about 10 months here with my mum. She's the same age as what I am now, so 37. I think that's really crazy, isn't it? Look at the sofa, oh my word. So I had quite soft hair. I think my hair was straight when I was born. And my dad is Jamaican, so I look like my mum, but I do have the like, don't know what you call it, Afro-Caribbean hair, like curly, like naturally curly hair. My hair was a lot darker when I was younger. So like I said, I will try and insert some other photos of when I was little and what my hair looked like. So when I was growing up, the estate that I lived on, there wasn't really any other girls except obviously for like my family, like sisters who had hair like me. And if my mum wanted to get like black hair products like Soft and Free and things like that, she would have to go down to London to markets down there. That's where she like found the like best and cheapest products. So if we were going away and we went to London, she'd buy all the hair products. But I remember my hair like being quite long, and my mum would only brush it through every like once a week. So we'd have a bath, and then I'd sit in between her legs and she'd brush through my hair, and I'd be in tears because it hurt so much, and she didn't really know how to do my hair, and she'd be pulling it and yanking it, and she wouldn't brush it when it was wet like I do with my son's. I'll put a link above if you want to check out my son's curly hair routine. He's got really big curls, like bigger than mine. And so I just didn't have a really good relationship with my hair because it just felt like it was hard work to do. I couldn't do it myself. And my mum got us a hairstyle like Michael Jackson, you know, like the really big afro. And I was quite a girly girl, and I liked like pretty dresses and things like that. And I just felt with that type of hairstyle, I felt like a boy, and I just didn't like it. And another hairstyle that I had was my mum. It was like a high top, you know, like I'm trying to think now. There's like a film from the 80s, I think it's like that, so it was all shaved up at the side and then like a proper high top, and I absolutely hated that hairstyle as well. And then one time, one of my mum's friends who was from the West Indies, she plaited my hair for me and absolutely loved it. And it probably only lasted like maybe a week or two, but my mum was in hospital, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna like show my mum how I'm looking after my hair and take the plaits out. I was probably about 8 or 9 at the time, and what happened was I ended up messing it up. It was all matted, and I had to go to my auntie's house, and she had to cut loads of it off. I'll never forget her bringing out like she'd cut it, brushed it through, and then she had this ashtray and it was just like full of hair, and I was devastated, and my mum was so gutted as well. And you know, she was like, why did you do that? And I was just trying to do something nice. So my hair at that time probably would have been a bit longer than what it is now, and loads of it got cut off. So like growing up, it wasn't like with my son, wherever we go people want to touch his hair, and they're like, oh, we love his hair. And you see all the models and they've all got, you know, the little kids with their curls and their natural highlights and things like that. There was nothing like that when I was growing up. I just was desperate to have straight blonde hair like most of my friends, and I just felt really different, and there wasn't really any like positive role models or other kids that were loving the curls or anything like that. And my dad wasn't really around when I was younger as well, so, and you know, a lot of his family was in Jamaica and other relatives was like down south, so I wasn't surrounded by anyone with curls really. It was just everything I was seeing in the adverts was, you know, sleek, straight, natural, like naturally straight hair. And like I said, all my friends had straight hair, so I just hated my hair. And I would wear ski pants on my head, like I'd like twist them round and then tie a bobble at the bottom of it and go out like that. I really thought that it looked like a natural straight wig. I can laugh about it now looking back, but I was just so desperate to have straight hair. So when I got to high school age, so like 11, 12, my hair was like, I'd picked up quite a bit of weight and I was getting bullied a little bit because of that. And I just felt like overweight, frumpy, I was quite shy. And my hair, if I didn't have the right type of hair products on, then it would like, I would tie it back most of the time, but all around here it would just be all like fluffy hair. And so I put like a hairband on, and I just hated it so much. So my mum said, right, we can go to a hairdresser's. It was black hairdressers, and we'll get you a perm. Maybe it can help to like sort out your curl pattern. But I think looking back now, if we'd have brushed my hair when it wasn't dry, it probably, the curls would have just popped and it would have looked amazing. But my hair was always brushed when it was dry. So we went to the hairdressers and we was in the middle of it, and then the woman said to my mum, as she had a perm done before, my mum said no, she hasn't. She said, well, it's going to be more expensive. And at this stage they was already in the middle of sorting it out, and my mum was like really mad and it was going to cost loads and loads of money, and she was like, you know, you're just going to have to carry on and do it. So they did it, and they put a lot of like soft and free like gel in it, and it looked amazing. But by the time I got home, it just, so there was so much length and then it went poof and it was just up here. So I was just putting loads and loads of this gel on, trying to get the curls to pull down again, because that's what I wanted, just like soft natural curls. But it just wasn't going like that. It was just shrinking and I just didn't really like it. So after that, I don't know whether the perm helped really that much with the curl pattern, but as it started to grow and I started to kind of get used to it and start to look after it myself and get the right hair products, the curls, I would say that they started to go a little bit like this, maybe not as curly. My curls are a lot more defined than this usually, but I've not done it like properly like this week. So it was like looking a lot better, but then I started dabbling with dyeing it and putting in, do you know that, I forgot what it's called now, I think it's called sunning, so it's like peroxide, and I'd be spraying this in to try and lighten it, and then it was making it go like a ginger colour. So then I'd get my sister to try and sort it out for me, but then different like reds would like be coming in my hair when she was trying to dye it back to its natural colour. And then I started relaxing it, and I was probably about 14 when I first started relaxing it. Now I really liked it because it made my hair a lot more manageable, I felt, but I was very much like, it was just like proper, there was like a bit of a wave, pulled down curls, quite greasy, and when it rained I'd be like rubbing my eyes because all the like dark and lovely like spray was going in my eyes and everything, and then I'd end up with breakouts sometimes from where the oil like would go onto my forehead. So I would say probably from about the age of 14 up until maybe 20, I'd say maybe 28 or older, maybe 30 actually. I was relaxing my hair, and when I relaxed it, I didn't do the regrowth, I would do the whole hair. So as you can imagine, it was splitting, it was getting dry, all my edges around here was breaking off, and it was just getting in a worse and worse condition. And I've got some pictures here. I don't know if you can see this properly, but I went to go and live in Greece. That's me with the sunglasses on, and my hair is like a blondie peroxide. It had snapped so badly. I was relaxing it on top of putting peroxide on it, so it was right up here. It was scraggly like straw, and the sun was damaging it, and it was just a mess. So when I got back from Greece here, I'm about 21, I learned how to, well, my sister was putting like braided extensions in for me, then she was charging me an arm and a leg for it, so I started, I taught myself how to do like really small braids. So I'd go from having braids if I was working abroad to protect my hair, to taking it out and then having a chop and then relaxing it again, and it was just like a cycle of doing that. Then what happened was, my hair, I wanted to give it a break to try and get it to grow, and then here I'm about 25, and this is horrendous. I'd put quite a bit of weight on here as well, and I started wearing human hair wigs, and I mean, look at the fringe, it just doesn't, I think it looks horrendous. Like, you can so tell that it's not real, can't you? So I was, yeah, wearing wigs. Then I started having hair extensions. I would have gluing ones. This was probably from my age about 22. The glue would be wrecking my hair. Then I spent hundreds of pounds on them. You know, like the ones, I don't even know what the name of it is, but when the hairdresser like glues them in at the top. 2 days I had them in, and then my hair, I found it really difficult to straighten my hair and make it look like the rest of the European hair I was putting in, so I pulled them out after a couple of days. Then I was having clipping extensions, but obviously around here it was like ripping the hair out. So yeah, so I'd say I was just wearing wigs or extensions most of the time. And then when I was 27, I met my husband, and I was working and I had a decent wage, so I would spend like every 6 weeks like about £100 on her, and then go to the hairdressers and get her to put the extensions in. So here's 2009, I've got extensions in here, like sewing ones, so half of my hair would be like sewn, like not sewn, like cane rolled, and then I'd have the extensions in. And I would say that my hair started to get a little bit better then, because I was just having it naturally dark, and half of my hair was cane rolled, and then the rest had the sewing. Then after this, we moved to Birmingham, and there was obviously a lot more hairdressers that I felt like I could trust with my hair, because every time I used to go to a hairdresser, they would just wreck like my hair. They'd either cut it too short, or they'd say, oh yeah, I can lighten it, and then it'd go ginger and it'd be a mess. So I had a bit of a fear of hairdressers. So I started going to a hairdresser there and getting regular trims, and then they would condition it. And then the one hairdresser said, why don't I retexturize your hair? So she said it's not as harsh as relaxer. Well, she did this, and then she put them hot combs on it and straightened it, and it did look nice, but it started damaging my hair. And every time I was going to get it trimmed, because my hair, it takes ages to grow, it was getting shorter and shorter, and I'd dyed it again, and it was just a mess. So it was like going back to square one again. When I forgot to mention this as well, when I eventually stopped wearing like wigs and hair extensions, what caused me to do it was I saw that a lot more people was having natural hair, and there's obviously tutorials on YouTube and things like that. And when I met my husband, he was like, the night that we met, I had a wig on. Yeah, it was a wig. I'll show you a picture of that now. I had a lace front wig on. And when I met him, he said to me, like, why do you wear wigs? I bet you've got really nice hair under there. So when I eventually put up the courage to show him like my natural curls, he was like, your hair is beautiful, why don't you have it natural? But for a long time I still didn't want to, because I don't know, I just didn't feel like I was attractive with the natural hair. It's just, I don't know, to be honest, I just really didn't like my hair. So one day he was like, look, come on, let me take the cane rolls out and help you with your hair to get it in a good condition. So I sat there in between his legs at my mum's house, and he took it out and he's like, "Are you crazy? Your hair's like where your bra strap is. It looks really nice." And I just didn't really feel confident, but having him help me to love my hair and see the qualities of it, and that it's unique and that it's really nice, and that I just need to look after it, just really helped me to get on this journey of starting to look after my hair and finally start to love it. So yeah, well, after that, here's when I had my first child, and this was nearly 8 years ago. So here I have like half hair straightened, like my own hair, and then I've got like a clip in there. So even after like my husband has said, "Oh, your hair is really nice," I still didn't feel comfortable and confident sometimes, so I did go back to wearing extensions sometimes. But I would say that after this picture, this is one I was like, right, okay, especially having a baby, the upkeep, the cost, I wasn't working anymore. It was just like, so in a way it was like I haven't got a choice as well. I've got to start to learn to look after my natural hair. So I'd say this last 7 years has been a journey of ups and downs, because say I'll get it to this length and I really love it, and then all of a sudden it'll, like, especially pregnancies, it grows lovely. I've had 3 pregnancies, and then it snaps, and then it gets really short, and then I don't know how to manage it. Then I'll start tying it back loads, and then that will damage it, and then it was just like a vicious cycle. Then about 3 years ago I went to the hairdressers for the first time, and my husband paid for me to go to this hairdresser's, and she was mixed race, and she said, "Oh yeah, I'll be able to do your hair and make the curls pop and trim it and everything." It ended up being so short and thin, and I'll insert a picture of that here. And I just felt so gutted, because I'd got it kind of to a stage like this, went to go and get it trimmed, and then it just totally like messed up. But since then I've been like looking after it, oiling my scalp, using black castor oil, shea butter, coconut oil sometimes, trying to not use as many products. I've not relaxed my hair in almost 10 years, I would say, and I very rarely diet. I do have quite a lot of grey hairs, but I feel like the curls, it can hide it like quite a bit. So where I'm at right now, like I said, I'm really happy, and I really love my curls, and I wouldn't want to go back to straightening or wearing wigs. I mean, obviously if that's something that you want to do, then, you know, I've got no judgment or anything like that. But on my journey, I just find it so much easier looking after these type of hair when, like with my son though, because his hair is a lot longer than mine, and I need to do it on a regular basis, and I've got my daughter's hair as well. I find sometimes that I end up neglecting my hair and not doing it as much as what I should do. And like I said before, I really need to educate myself on how to do my own hair properly. So I just hope that I can go from strength to strength with my hair, and get it in a really good condition and look after it. But I hope you liked this video. I know it was a bit long, but I just wanted to, you know, talk about my whole hair journey and where I'm at now. If you have naturally curly hair, and you like are on a journey of, you know, stopping relaxing, or you wear wigs, or you know how to do this type of hair and you can give me some tips, please leave a comment down below. And if you have any questions, or you want me to make any other videos on my hair care journey, then please let me know. One more thing as well I forgot to mention, the best thing for me as well, because the brushes that I was using were not, I just couldn't find anything that was really good to brush through my curls without it ripping big clumps out. When I got a tangle teaser, that was just massively helped me with getting my curl pattern nice, and also to like brush through it. And same with my son's hair as well, I use it on his, and I just find it fantastic. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.